everybody? I am Tessa Allen, host of Spotlight Radio Show. Welcome to my Instagram Live. It is Wednesday night, and I have a very special guest lined up for tonight's return home. I have been so excited to bring them on. I cannot wait. They'll be joining in shortly. So let me just give you a rundown. Return home is a funeral home termination process where they turn the body. You go to to return home, and you return to your family as soil. Like, how amazing is that? Amazing is that? Like, I've always, like, if you've been around me, if you know me, especially in my personal space, I've always said I wanted to be cremated because just think 500 years from now, a billion years from now, like, somebody's probably going to have a home over this cemetery. So we're going to talk to them, and we're going to bring them on. We're going to bring on Katey. She is the director of care at Return Home, and I'm bringing her on in just a second. Katey!
Hi!
Hi, how are you? Welcome to Spotlight Radio Show, Instagram Live.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, you're very welcome. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. All right, I'm ready to jump in. I have been excited all week, and just like I said before, right before you get jumped on, I have always said I wanted to be cremated because I did not want to be out in the cemetery, next to my great, 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 great grandparents. And like, we know, like on my mom's side, we know they're by the tree, don't know exactly where. So I don't want to be lost out there. And when I seen a video of you guys at Return Home, I was like, OMG, I've never heard of it. So I want to hear all about it. I definitely want to hear about your part at Return Home, being director of family care.
Yeah. So I was the same with you. Wanted to be cremated, didn't want to be buried. I didn't want my family to spend $10,000 on a box they're going to see once. Let's not do that. So my plan was always, let's be cremated, quick, easy, cheap, cool. And then in 2020, Return Home became a thing. Like, it became legal in this state to terminate people, or natural organic reduction is what it's called legally.
Okay.
And so I was working in traditional funeral service, doing burial and cremation, and I heard about this thing like in the background, right? It was kind of happening. I wasn't really a part of it. And then I got an invitation to come check this place out, and I was like, that is what I want to do. And I also really want to work there. So now 3 years later, here I am. And I am director of family care here at Return Home, which means I directly take care of our families as they go through the termination process. I care for the bodies themselves. So do you want me to go into a bit about what the process is?
Yes. Well, hold on. I am ready. So I definitely want to know. Yes. Let's talk about the process first.
Okay.
I have so many questions. So I definitely want to know I definitely want to know about, because it's only in 12 states, right? Termination process?
Yes.
So far. So I'm way over here in Texas. And is it legal in our state?
It is not legal in Texas yet, but there are people actively working to get it legalized there.
Okay.
So right now we would have to bring you up here to Washington.
Okay, so I Googled. I am exactly 2,276 miles from you guys. It'll take me 1 day and 11 hours to get there.
Okay.
Even my family, if I was to go there and family would have to drive that far, I mean, would you come down and get the body and take it up there? So would it be a different price?
Yeah, we work with partner funeral homes. So what would happen is we would call one of our funeral homes that is closest to you. They would pick you up, do all the documentation there in Texas, pack you up and put you on an airplane, and you would fly up here to Washington.
Okay.
If your family wanted to drive you, they totally could, but most people just come up here on an airplane with ice, so they stay cold. If you've been on a commercial airplane, there's probably been a body in the hold underneath. We fly bodies so often in the United States. It's not a big deal. So we do that.
Okay, so what happens once the body gets there?
So
Who goes and picks it up from the airport?
it's one
And
of our
bring it to you?
staff, me, or we have a couple back of house staff that kind of do the actual taking care of the vessels, and we will go to the airport. One of our guys is on a run to the airport right now for a lady who shipped in from California. So it happens regularly.
Yes.
We would pick you up from the airport, we'd bring you back to the facility, and normally you would go into refrigeration for a couple of days while we get a permit up here.
Okay.
After that, your family can either choose to fly up here to be here in person, or they can like Zoom in to this laying in service. And that is where we place the body on a bed of straw, alfalfa, and sawdust in one of our vessels. They're big rectangle boxes that are just used for this process. And during that laying in process, your family can put love letters, candy, flowers, alcohol, as long as they pour it out and take the bottle with them. Whatever they want to put in there, they can put in there as long as it's edible or compostable.
Wow. Okay.
Then we put more of that straw and alfalfa on top of you and close the lid. And it will sit in our facility, that vessel, for the next 30 to 40 days while the microbes that already exist in your body do their work, transform you into soil.
Really? Yeah. Nothing else? Like, there's nothing you spray on or?
Nope. So the straw and the alfalfa have a lot of microbes on them naturally. So those help in the process, but it's mostly just the bacteria that exists in your gut that helps you absorb food and such. That just go to town once you die, like they're ready to turn you back to the earth.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, and that process lasts how many days?
It's 60 to 70 days total. 30 days in that phase where you're in the vessel, and then another 30 days where your compost can cool down, off gas, dry before it's ready to be packaged to send home to your family.
Wow. Okay. So when you take it out, when you take the body out and the mulch, do I call it mulch?
Soil.
Soil. Yes. Take the soil out. The bones, do the bones decompose and break down as well?
So in that first 30 days, the bones do not decompose at all. And anything like plastic or metal that you have in your body obviously doesn't either. So between that phase 1 and phase 2, we take out the bone. It's broken down into like big pieces. And then we remove anything plastic or metal, and that's recycled. And then the bone sits in that compost for the next 30 days while it's cooling, and the microbes completely consume it. So by the end of the 60 days total, the bone is completely gone.
Wow. Wow. So no embalming fluid, all the other stuff that they use, everything is just completely natural.
Yep, completely natural. We don't, if you embalm someone, the whole point of embalming, right, is to stop their body from breaking down, and that's the opposite of what we want to do. So no embalming fluid for us. Just dry ice to ship people up to us.
Okay. So I definitely want to talk about the alfalfa, sawdust, and what else?
And straw.
Straw.
Yep.
So where do you go get those from?
So we're in a so the facility is in this very kind of industrial area, but around that area is all farms. So we can get most of our straw, alfalfa, and sawdust really local, and they just deliver it in big lots. And
Wow. So when the body is turned into soil, how do you give it to them? You know, like when you cremate it, you often a little urn. So what do you put it in?
And it's so different because it's 250 pounds of compost. Whoa. That's a lot of compost to do something with. It's a cubic yard, about a truck bed full. So we package in burlap. So families can choose if they want to take all of it. We can package in big burlap sacks and they can take all of it. If they just want to take a small portion, just an urn size amount like they would get for cremation, they can do that too. And then we have an 8-acre woodland property where we can spread the remainder at if the family can't or don't want to take it all.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my goodness. This is like amazing. Like, I love it because like I've always said, like I've asked my sister, I was like, if I was to get cremated, would you like put me in a necklace? She was like, yes. When I see this process, like put me in a little, I love cactuses. Yeah. So like put it off in a little pot and, put a cactus in it, everybody.
Yep.
Passed out. Yeah. So the funeral, like, do you still have funerals? Like, how does that process work?
So there's two options for that. So we partner with traditional funeral homes. So if your family wants to use a traditional funeral home and have that whole kind of traditional situation, they absolutely can. You just can't be embalmed.
Okay.
And legally, the only state that you have to be embalmed in is Alabama. Every other state you do not legally have to be embalmed in. That is just funeral home telling you their policy, not the law. So if a funeral home tells you you have to be embalmed, you ask them to prove that where the law is, because it's not true. So you can absolutely have viewings without embalming. We do it every day here at Return Home. That's what our laying in service is. Essentially, you're seeing your person in their vessel just like you would a casket. The difference is it's a bit more natural setting. There's no pews like there would be in a regular funeral home. Here you can kind of make the service what you want to make it. We've had families do dance parties. We've had all kinds of stuff in here. It's just a space to do what you want. Remember your person how they were.
Yeah, and the clothes. I see that y'all make the clothes.
So it has to be compostable. So our garments are made of just pressed cotton, and they're kind of like a hospital gown, so that they're easy to kind of tuck around a person, so that they can fit a wide variety of people. They're beautiful.
Wow. Yes, I seen some. You have footies for them as well.
Yeah, because I hate cold feet. I hate having cold feet. So I definitely want some like booties on. And my grandma, when she got super old, was concerned about how her feet look. A lot of women are. So we wanted some booties to cover people's feet so that they were dignified in their last outfit.
Absolutely. Shout out to Return Home. I love your team. Tell me this. Mike Thurman? Am I saying his name right? Mike Thurman?
Micah Truman.
Okay. Micah Truman. Does he come often? Is he there every day?
Every day. Yep, every day. He is just as involved in the business as I am, which is refreshing to have an owner and CEO so involved and so part of our company and getting his hands dirty too. So yeah, he is here every day.
Yeah. Awesome. Tell him I say hello. Also, pricing. Everybody, when someone passes away, sometimes people was like, hey, I got to, ask somebody to, pitch in a couple of $1,000 here, or they didn't have enough burial insurance. So how does that work for Return Home? Like, is there starting out price?
Yeah. So costs vary so much state by state, right? So in Washington, you can get a cremation that's $1,000. You can get a cremation that's $5,000. You can get a cremation that's more than that. Your burial is going to cost you at least $15,000 in this state. Return Home is $5,000 if you're in Washington. That includes everything you need: death certificate, picking you up, the process itself, and then returning the soil to your family. If we're bringing you from out of state, it's usually about an extra $2,000 for transportation. So you're looking at like a maximum of $7,000, which kind of falls right around there for like a funeral service with a.
That's not bad. Yeah, that's very manageable. Also, the process is. I feel like everybody should advocate for this. Like, I feel like embalming and regular burials should be no more. Because you think of, like how the dinosaurs, we find their fossils. They found their fossils. So, like, 500 years from now, that tree will be still growing from that soil. So,
and your
why
DNA is going to be in that tree. Like, you are literally part of that tree. But a lot of people don't realize what traditional funeral service is. They don't know, right? They think a burial, I'm just getting put into the ground. Except you're not. You're in a sealed casket that goes into a sealed vault so that you never become part of the ground. You're just perpetually there in your box. And then they don't really understand that cremation is all you're getting back is charred bone. It's not good for the. You can put it around plants, but it will probably kill them. I just think we, and I'm pointing at myself as funeral directors, have done a really poor job of educating people about what their options are. And I'm trying to do better now here at Return Home about like, if cremation is for you, more power to you. Like, pick it. But everyone should have the option to choose what they want, and terramation should be one of those options they can choose.
Absolutely. Like, when I told my parents, my dad was like, find out how much it costs. He already know how many miles it takes to get there. Like, he went to everything. Like, everybody was like, OMG. So I know you have two events coming up that I know of: the Friends and Family Day, in
Mhm.
August 28th, and then you have the Terracon, your second annual Terramation
Yes.
conference. So
And
could you explain
ah,
those to
we
us?
we threw our first one in February, and it was kind of like, we're going to do this, and we're going to see if anyone shows up.
Yeah.
And we had about 400 people in person, about the same amount online. It was
Hmm.
wild to me that people showed up for this. Like, traditional funeral directors showed up because they wanted to learn, and that gives me hope for the future of funeral service.
Hmm.
That there's like old dudes out there that want to learn about
Yeah.
what termination is. That's awesome. So this year it's going to be in Tacoma again. It can be virtual or in person.
Okay.
It'll be like deep dive into the science of how it works. You'll hear from some families that have gone through the process about their
Okay.
experience. There's actually a company in Germany that offers termination now. So they are going to come and talk about what's going on in Europe with this. It's a wild 3 days of science and just everything. It
Yes.
was amazing. So if you can come in person, that's great. If not, there's a digital option for coming too. So
Absolutely. So we go to terracon.com. No, it's Terracon.
Terracon.life.
Yes, dot like so, and I can go on and purchase and register for like the virtual.
You sure can. Absolutely.
I will be
I
there.
love it.
Yes,
We would love to have.
yes, absolutely. I'm definitely going to put that up on spotlightradioshow.com later tonight also. But I definitely will be there virtually.
Fantastic.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Let me get a coupon code for your listeners too,
Okay.
so we can
Okay,
you
thank you.
know, yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, Friends and Family Day, August 28th, what will that be about?
So a lot of times we have families that have used our service or other people that have come and toured our facility, and they're like, "Oh
Mhm.
man, I wish I could bring my best friend's brother's cousin to come check this out." And
Yeah,
this is the opportunity to be like, "Come check it out." We do
yeah.
tours every day, but people are a little apprehensive
Mhm.
sometimes. And this is like, doors are open, we're having a few beers, like, come check it out and
Yes,
talk about cool
yes.
things with us. So yeah, it's just kind of an open door in-person event
Okay.
for people to check us out.
Yes. Absolutely. Man, y'all is so far away. I wish I could get in my car and just roll over there
We
now.
wish you could. We wish you could.
Absolutely. Wow. So, Terracon.life. I'm definitely going to put that up on spotlightradioshow.com. I definitely will be there virtually also. And I definitely want to know, have any of your coworkers, any of the return home family has used the termination process?
Yes.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Bree, who is our office manager, her aunt passed away in Arizona, and they
Mhm.
used the cremation process for her.
Okay.
Micah, our CEO, his mom is signed up for when it's her turn. My mom is signed up for when it's
Yeah.
her turn. I think Nicole is signed up for when it's her
Mhm.
turn too. So, like, we're all signed up, ready to go,
Yeah.
but we're not ready to go yet.
That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I want to like I tell my little sister, my baby sister, like she has all my plans, and so I'm gonna. Hopefully, she's been watching and looking. So
Love it.
also, any animals?
Not at this time.
Okay.
There are companies out there that are starting to do it. We're just such a small staff. We don't
Okay.
want to take our focus away from what we're doing right now. But
Mhm.
hopefully in the future, there are going to be companies out there that are offering it for pets, because I would really like that for my pets
Yeah.
too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wow. Thank you so much
Absolutely.
for answering my questions and explaining very well about return home. I love you guys. It's crazy. I have never said I love a funeral
Right?
home.
That's weird, right?
Yes. Even the merch,
Oh
even
my
like
God.
the shirt. Like, yes, I am going to go online and order a shirt,
It's
but I do. Even the merch you have, like, yes, I love it. I love what you guys are doing.
I've never met a
Oh, wait, what's it?
has its own merch store, and that is
Yes.
just wild to me. But it's so cool to see people like out in the wild wearing our
Yeah.
shirts. Just
Yes.
yeah, we're starting to move.
Absolutely.
That's what we're doing. We're part of a movement. We want equal, fair access to death care options that we want, and that is what we're
Mhm.
trying to do here at Return Home.
Absolutely. So let everyone know where they can follow you guys
Mhm.
and your website, any information that they can use to contact you guys.
Yeah. So we are at Return Home NOR, pretty much on all the socials, TikTok, Instagram, all of that. Our website is returnhome.com. Our merch store is I'd rather be compost.com. You can email us at info@returnhome.com. We will answer any questions. We can pretty much help anyone from any state except for Alabama. So yeah, reach out, schedule a tour, virtual, in person, whatever, and we'd love to have you.
Yes. Thank you, Katey. Thank you so much for coming to Spotlight Radio Show. Yes, thank you so much. I got all the information. I will put it up on spotlightradioshow.com later tonight as well.
Thank you so much.
You guys are awesome. Yes, tell everybody I said hello, and I know I will talk to you guys again.
All right.
Thank you. Alrighty, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, thank you for tuning in to Spotlight Radio Show Instagram Live. Return Home. That was Katey. I really appreciate the love. Return Home, you're so awesome. Everyone, hey, go check them out. Go check out the videos. It's very detailed of the process. I really appreciate the love. I'll catch you guys next Wednesday night. Bye.